Kivio's something you wouldn't be coming up against in training. There's no one at Arsenal that will make that kind of movement.
A lot of talk before the game about Arsenal's set-piece threats. They've scored 6, of course, so far this season. They've had 4 corners to Fulham's 0. But Fulham seem to have done pretty well.
They have done pretty well in the main. I think even before that first corner, you see how much... I think they've defended them pretty well. They're going to be under a lot more pressure the second half with them.
But if you watch, they're all on their toes. Almost like a mental thing. Come on your toes. Yeah, be ready for it. Yeah. We're ready for this. Yeah. And they've done well so far. But if that's Arsenal's highlights, we haven't showed any chances in free play. We've shown corners. That's the only thing that Arsenal really have created.
Right, but they have to come from behind after Raul Jimenez is precise for Arsenal. Ian, in the end?
Yeah, it was. And when you're talking about the margins, you've got a winger who can see all the way down the line in Martinelli, who I've got to give him credit. You know, he done well to set up one of the goals. But the fact is for me, he has to be onside. This is the margins we're dealing with. Yeah. You can see everything down the line. You can't be offside there. Yeah. And so, you know, in the end, it's cost us. But the main thing, Manish, is that we've not lost that away game. No. That's the main thing.
Well, let's have a look at the way Fulham took the lead initially in the first half. It was a move that was started and finished by Raul Jimenez, Dan.
Yeah, I thought he had a great game. Held the ball up, disappointed, but great goal.
Yeah, I think the man...
Yeah, that bustling...
Yeah, and that movement there for the goal was sensational, and I'm really pleased for him, actually, because before that terrible injury he had, what a player he was.
Yeah, which is good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fabulous to see,
the goals as well. We spoke at half-time, the 4 corners Arsenal had, they didn't look particularly threatening in the second half early on, from a corner kick, they looked much better.
Yeah, they
counted.
Yeah, I thought they started the second half a lot better in the way that they just looked sharper. It was quicker. Everything seemed to be moving quicker. And obviously, you know, that, again, you know, Fulham have done as well as they can. But, like, end, you know, he's got a free back post there and you know, he's done...
I think as the ball goes over the head, all of the Fulham players step up and he stays in there and obviously plays Saliba onside.
Yeah, but with the clock fast running down, Arsenal thought they got a late winner.
Yeah, so did I. It was very disappointing.
Look at them all step up. There's 3 defenders. They don't do it in unison, but actually I think it's Bassi in the end, and then the fullback Robinson just steps up.
Simply because he can see all the way down. Absolutely. It's not like someone's really tight on him. Yeah. And that's the margins. That's the difference between 3 points today. Yeah.
Momentum halted?
I don't think so, because like when you consider that they have to win the home games, away games, as long as you don't lose them, that would have been brilliant to win, obviously, to catch up with Liverpool. But I think as long as you don't lose, you have to take the positives out of it.
OK, post-match reaction from Arsenal skipper Martin Ødegaard.
Does it feel like a big opportunity missed, considering that Liverpool didn't play on the weekend? You could have closed the gap to 4 points.
Yeah, you can always say that, but I think we have to focus on ourselves. We've said it many times, we don't care about the other teams, we have to look at ourselves, and yeah, for us it was disappointing not to win, and that's the case.
When you have so many chances, when you have a lot of positives from this match as well, how do you assess, what do you take from it?
I think we did a lot of good things, but especially the first half I think was a bit sloppy. To get in the box and around the box, but yeah, I thought the second half was better, and we could have won it in the end. So yeah.
How damaging does it feel in terms of title race?
No, that's a very long way to go. We've said it hundreds of times. We have to take it game by game, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So yeah, disappointing not to win, but let's look for the next one now.
You look at the table now. Arsenal have gone into second, clear by a point of Chelsea, but the terms I think a lot of people are using, in fact Dan mentioned it as well, big chance missed for Arsenal.
Well, it is, yeah. It is, because obviously Liverpool's postponed game, you know, means that Arsenal could have closed the gap even more and put that pressure on them. You know, it's a Merseyside derby. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, it could be a tough game for them, but at the same time, you have to look at it now. If Chelsea don't get the job done, unfortunately, we didn't today.
In some ways, Glenn, did that game show us that if things aren't quite clicking in that final third for Arsenal, they've always got that set-piece threat that can is their get-out-of-jail card?
Yeah, it is a little bit at the moment, a get out of jail. They haven't played so well today. I thought Fulham did a great job on them, but they're always a threat. As we said before the game, you're coming up, and as they're always thinking, we're going to score. Yeah. We're going to score from this corner. Ironically, they've done it again today. That's got them the point. But yeah, if they get a number 9, if they get a proper number 9 and they keep that threat from set plays, my word, they're gonna give themselves a real chance. Where that number 9 comes from.
They would have definitely taken that. Went 1-0 up, and I thought they looked comfortable for large parts. But obviously, as you said, Arsenal set pieces were the difference. But I think they would have took 1-1 before the game, definitely.
OK, let's switch focus then from West London.
To the end, we did all of the things that we wanted to do in the game. Unfortunately, conceded 1 goal in 1 shot. But the way the team played, the way the team wanted it to win, it was unbelievable and very unfortunate. For millimeters, you win or don't win in this league. And that's the disappointing thing tonight.
Take us through the emotions of that. You think Saka's won it, and then you wait, and then it's taken away from you.
Because I saw Bukayo was on for sure, so I didn't even thought about Martinelli being onside in that case. But that was the case at the end. They disallowed it, and very unfortunate because I think the team deserved to win.
They are the fine margins, as you say sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
What about the way they reacted after that fast start to suddenly going behind?
The way we started, unbelievable. We started dominate the ball, dominate the high press, dominate every aspect of the game. And suddenly you are 1 goal down. You know, that's the quality of this league as well. An individual can do a kind of action that you are 1-0 down, but the team reacted immediately. We scored a goal, we wanted another one. We fight till the end. Unfortunately, we didn't get rewarded today.
Another goal from a corner?
Yeah, and we should have scored from very different ways as well because we had some big chances.
Thomas Partey as well from a corner had a really good chance, didn't he?
Massive chance. The last goal or the situations that we had at the last pass, the last action, wasn't there to finalize the game, but this is the way. I mean, if there is not much more that you can do against an opposition like this here, but at the end you have to find a way to win again.
Is that what you're feeling? You couldn't have done any more, really, today?
Well, you can always do more, but we've done a lot against an opposition that a lot of teams suffer against it, and we did really well. But again, one thing is deserving to win, and the fact is to win it, and we didn't manage to do that.
And on a weekend where Liverpool haven't played, is that a source of frustration as well, that you haven't been able to win without them playing?
Yeah, because we have really good momentum. The team is playing really well, winning a lot of games, and today we wanted to do it again. But, I mean, the performance 100% was there. I mean, the winning probability will be so high, but this is football and the margins are so small.
And just finally, on the injury front, I think it was like your 9th different back four in the Premier League already this season. Anybody's coming back this week?
I don't know, but unfortunately, yeah, we lost a lot of defenders. We have to adapt. We're playing with 2 players that never play in that position, with Thomas and Jurgen, but the team still is able to play in the way that we want to play. So
Greatest chance.
Well, we have a few, obviously it's match day -2, so we have to modify a few players. We have another training session tomorrow, so we will see how everybody's for Sunday.
How would you rate his chances?
Sorry?
How would you rate his chances?
See, we don't see tomorrow's training session, very difficult to say something.
Calafiori?
The same.
Same. Is this slightly longer term, would you say?
Depends how they evolve in the next few days.
Okay. Corners, you've been labelled the corner kings after your efforts this season. What do you make of that and how it's been taken?
Well, we want to be the kings of everything. On set pieces, the best in the world. High press, the best in the world. Attacking open spaces, the best in the world. Best atmosphere in the stadium and the best. The best at everything. Before it was about we didn't score enough, we were soft defending, we didn't have mentality, we weren't physical enough, we could not challenge the top teams. 22 years, 17 years, 20 years without winning away from home in big matches. We want to be the best at everything. We want to have the best academy, the best individual development for players, the best of the best, recruit the best players, best coaches. That's the aim.
Just the kings then?
That's the objective. If not, we have to go and do something else.
A lot of people have been impressed with Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka's delivery as well. How hard a skill is that, and how hard do they work on it?
Well, they work like with any other kind of finishing, constantly. You know, we want to be a threat from everything that we do, and we have to take every opportunity to make it count and be a threat.
Because Rice didn't originally take corners; that came about in your trip to UAE. Or Dubai in the winter. Can you tell us how that came about and whose idea it was?
Adapt the players' qualities to the team needs and how we can exploit the qualities that we have within the squad in the best possible way. It's all about the players. Every tactic, every decision, every position in the pitch is towards that.
And you've been compared, tongue-in-cheek, to Stoke. Are you planning any long throw plans?
I understood very well what Berbatov said. It was in the best possible way, so we'll take it as a big compliment.
A compliment?
100%, yeah.
Because they were so good at it?
Sorry?
Because Stoke were so good at those set pieces.
I think so, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just on Martin Odegaard, he'll make, if he plays, his 100th
Great.
as captain. How important and integral a player has he become?
A massive player that he showed again on big matches what he can deliver, what the spirit that he brings to the team, the quality he has to play in the way that we have to play. So really happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seb from the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel. Were you watching the Fulham game last night?
Yeah, sure.
What did you make of it? Is it going to be a big challenge?
Yeah, a big challenge. Obviously, we experienced last year. We lost 5 points against them. I was being very complimentary about them, about the coach and what they do. So yeah, it's always a really tough place to go.
And of course, they have a lot of former Arsenal players in their ranks, and one.
I'm doing very well as well, which I'm very happy for them. So Rhys is still one of our own, but the rest as well, and it will be great to see them.
Have you been keeping in touch with Smith Rowe and what he's been doing?
Once they leave, you have to leave them to do their own thing. Obviously, once in a while we speak to them, but yeah, very grateful for what they did for us, and wish them the best for now.
And just to finish, last season when you lost against Fulham at Craven Cottage, you were in a difficult spell. You were probably quite tired, and then you went to Dubai. Do you feel like you've done things differently this season to avoid repeating that spell?
Well, it's a little bit different, the period that we are in and where we're coming from, but you know, it's the demands of this league. You know, every game is so difficult. At that time as well, we lost a few games, so it was even harder. So things to do much better than we did last year, that's for sure.
Thanks, Alex from BBC.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Just on one of the players that scored from one of the set pieces in the game last week, Jurriën Timber. He's obviously come in and played a number of positions, slotted in for Ben White, who had such an important role in the team. Just what have you made of how he's progressed this season? Of course, he got his first goal as well.
Yeah, really impressive. Obviously, he's coming from a long-term injury after his ACL. We knew the talent, the leadership, the skill that he has. So he's been in great form, and he gives us something very, very different to any other fullback that we have in the team, and his impact has been tremendous, I think.